Hello, I'm ridiculously shiny today, but it's my sunscreen. What can we do about it? Anyway, hello everyone and welcome to whatever this video is going to become. My name is Zarina and today we're continuing to clean my room. This is a part 2. Part 1 should have been posted yesterday. Hopefully it posted without problems. I haven't even checked. If you saw yesterday, I'm cleaning my room for the summer solstice. I love cleaning my room before the solstices and the equinox that's the plural, yeps. So because of that, we're just cleaning up. Yesterday I did my entryway. Today I'm going to be cleaning my books, and it's a little bit of a problem. So I will show you right now. So this corner is actually pretty nightmare inducing. This like chunk of stacks in the front, this is just new books I've brought in since the beginning of the year. It looks like a lot, but I was actually doing a no-buy and I was doing pretty well on that no-buy until about a month ago, where the used bookstore in my area, they do like a flash sale where like everything's either like $1 or $2. So I got 11 books for 14 bucks and I just I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have gone, but I did get a bunch of stuff that was on my list, so it's like frustrating. I went on vacation and I bought new books. And yeah, but everything else in the back is just stuff I own that I clearly don't have space for. Like my regular shelf is already overfilling, so we gotta get this out. So these I'm actually just gonna pull out because I bought them recently, so there's stuff I still want to read and that are on my list. So they just need to get moved. So I'm gonna do that real fast. I know this looks insane, but there's actually a method to the madness. The stuff in the front is definitely like TBR stuff I just bought that I haven't read yet. The next 2 stacks back are either standalones that I plan to read again, or incomplete series that I'm still working on reading the series, and then the stuff like furthest back in the corner are completed series that I don't reach for as often. Okay, next thing I gotta do is, like, you can see there's a bunch of arts and crafts supplies on top, so these just need to they just need to be moved out. I will deal with them later. So all the craft supplies you see out are actually supposed to go in those white drawers on the right, but that thing is super full, and I had a friend come over and like take a bunch of stuff, and like there's still not room for it, which is a bit of a problem. Hopefully I get a chance to go through them before Friday, but we'll see. Okay, we've done it. We got down to what I actually need to get to. Whoa, can I speak English? I got down to what I actually need to go through. Let me see if I can get you closer, because like you're really far away. Is this better? Why is it all crooked? Hello? This first stack is uncompleted series, but I don't feel like having them on my shelf. So Caraval, I'm gonna keep this right now just because I finished Legendary and then whatever the last one is called, Finale. And I do want to talk about them, but I think I will be getting rid of these when I'm done talking about them. I didn't really like them. City Spies. This is just a long series, but I still plan on keeping it. Stormrunner by J.C. Cervantes. I did like the story, but I think I'm going to be getting the rest of them from the library, and this is a really great book to go to the high school, so that's going there. We got Fire and Graceling by Kristen Cashore. I am going to be continuing this series, but it's not very high on my priority list, so that's going to stay. Why can I not pronounce that vowel today? I don't know. Amari and the Night Brothers, I will be continuing this series, I think. I just didn't really like this book, and it's not very high on my priority list, but I will be doing that. The Wrath from the Dawn, I actually read the webtoon comic before I read the books, and it was really great. I will be getting rid of this, though. I don't really want the duology. Actually, that's a lie. I will be keeping this. So at the bottom of this pile, we have King of Scars and Rule of Wolves by Leigh Bardugo. They're like the last 2 books in the Grishaverse, and I really don't like Leigh Bardugo's writing. And if you're like Zarina, you did give her a chance. I read the 3 original books, Shadow and Bones, Siege and Storm, and Ruin and Rising. And I read Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom, and these 2, and I did not like her writing. There wasn't a single book for me that was like solid and like actually well written. My opinion, I see you, ready to type. My friends love her writing, and like I can see where they do, but for me, like, first of all, the first series I hated the main character. Like, I could not stand her at all, ever, and I hated the Darkling, like, right off the bat, which I know is like one of people's big things. I liked Six of Crows, the first book. I liked the Six of Crows series, except I couldn't stand Mateus, like, ever, so I literally skipped his chapters and could still understand the plot of the book just fine. I skipped his chapters in the second book. The first one I tried to read it, I just couldn't stand him. And then, I also couldn't stand Nina in the first book, I think is her name. And then I only bought these because my friends didn't actually have Rule of Wolves, and I was like, it's fine, I know these are about Nicholas. and then I know Zora's in them, and they're my two favorite characters from like the whole series. Other than the crows, I do like the crows, minus Mateus, and Nina grew on me, okay? Nina grew on me in this series, but yeah, I couldn't do it, guys. I really couldn't do it. But I will keep, actually, I think I want to get rid of these. I will put them in the get rid of pile, and I will think about them. I will see if my friends who love Le Bordugo actually have them or not yet, and if they don't, I will give them to them. If they do, I will give them to the high school. The Fault in Our Stars, I'm gonna keep this for posterity's sake, not because I actually enjoyed it. Fire in the Orange Tree and A Day of Fallen Night, I'm just not ready to get rid of yet, because do you know how much work it took me to get through these two, and I'm just not ready for that to leave. Riley Weaver and Needs a Date to the Gay Debutante Ball this is an uncorrected proof. I don't want to give it to anyone, and I also don't want to throw it away. I thought the story was fun. I think maybe when I have a little bit more money, I actually will buy a copy to give to the high school. What are you? Turtle All the Way Down by John Green. Again, keeping it for posterity's sake, not because I actually enjoyed it. Sterling House by Alex E. Harrow. I feel like there is a high schooler who would appreciate this. I just need to check to make sure. You know what? I'm gonna keep this. See, this is why getting rid of stuff is so hard for me. I have emotional attachment to things, and I can't let go. Psych and Eros, one of my favorite books ever of all time, mainly because it's my favorite myth of all time. Cersei by Madeline Miller is not going anywhere. Gods of Jade and Shadow by Sylvia Moreno Garcia. This one is really cool. A lot of Mexican folklore. It's so fun. Ways of Being, Animals, Planets, and Machines, The Search for Planetary Intelligence by James Bridle. As you can tell, it is incredibly annotated. That is not going anywhere. You Will Get Through This Night by Daniel Howe, one of my favorite books. Actually, like, really makes my, like, a really high list. I was gonna say top 10, but not quite. Sorry, Dan, you've not watched my videos. You have no idea. But, yeah, basically, Unlearning Shame, How We Can Reject Self-Blame Culture and Reclaim Our Power by Devin Price. This is absolutely saying. Devin Price's books are fantastic, and I will be looking out for the next thing he writes. And then A Study in Drowning by Ava Reed, also a key. I'm not doing too well. We only have 4 books in the get rid of stack. I really thought I was gonna have more. The Inheritance Game trilogy, I'm currently working through the next books after these, so of course these are staying. Next, we have the Land of Stories series by Christopher Colfer. I am keeping these for now because I have not read the last book. Definitely need to reread those before I finish them, but I think I will be getting rid of those when I'm done. Next series I am getting rid of, and it is going to the high school. It is A School for Good and Evil, books 1, 2, and 3. I know this series goes up to book 6, but I have tried to read book 3 at least 6 different times, and I've just never been able to get through it, and I just feel like there's gotta be at least one person at the high school who would appreciate this, so those are going. Next up is the Unwanted series by Lisa McMahon. I have books 1 through 5. I actually just found 6 and 7 at the used bookstore for like literally 50 cents each, and I just remember thinking book 5 was okay and did not want to continue, but I think I'm going to finish books 6 and 7, and then these will be going to the high school. Next up, also going to the high school, is The Girl Who Can Fly and The Boy Who Knew Everything by Victoria Forrester. I remember thinking these books were really cool when I read them, but that was like literally in high school, and I have not picked them up or thought about them since, so they gotta go. Definitely not going anywhere is my Stalking Jack the Ripper series by Carrie Maniscalco. I know her, I haven't read her newest ones I have them somewhere. They're over here somewhere, but like Throne of the Fallen and all that. But I did love this series. I think the first one is definitely the strongest, and they do go a little bit downhill, unfortunately, to the end. But I just love Rose, and I forgot the guy's name. So I had a good time the whole time, even though I do wish it would have gone like this instead of like this. It's fine. If you're not really a series person and you're like, whatever, you can totally just read Stalking Jack the Ripper and like not touch any of these and like be totally fine. It's really cool though, because it's like I'm really bad with time periods, so I think it's Victorian England, and she wants to be the person who dissects bodies, but like definitely not, women are not allowed to do that. So she like her uncle, who's like the head dissector for London at the time, like is like, you can come to my classes, you just have to dress as a guy. And she's like, sick, tell me less. And she like shows up, and like that's where she meets the guy who's a love interest, but like also it's the time period where Jack the Ripper is like doing his thing. So they're investigating and trying to find him, and like, yeah, this one's pretty good. So even if you don't want to read the series and you're like, I want to read something, yep, definitely. I left my tea and my water far away, and I don't want to get up. Oh, we get to get rid of more. Whoa, we get to get rid of more. So Red Queen and Glass Sword, I definitely think there's someone at the high school who would appreciate these. I cannot stand them. I did not like Red Queen. I liked Red Queen enough to buy Glass Sword, and then I actually bought the third one. I believe it was during COVID. And this is actually the series that taught me not to buy more than one book at a time, because I hated Glass Sword. I tried to read it like 3 or 4 times and I was never able to get through it. And yeah, it's going. But I do have to check, I think it's YA. Right now, everything's just going to one pile, and then I will sort whether it can go to the high school or not. Yeah, and I did talk to my old English teacher, and he was like, I will take anything and I will sort through it too, like to make sure they're classroom appropriate. So we are going, there's 2 checks, guys. It's not just me being like, I think this book, we're checking on them before they go. So, Collide by Bal Cabra, I think that's how you pronounce her name. Hated this book, but I do want to read Spiral, which a lot of people liked, which is the second one, and it has to do with ballet, which I either am going to love or hate, because if you're new here and don't know, I used to do ballet. I did ballet from when I was 2 years old to when I was 17 consistently, and I was on point. I did all the things. So if it's too not correct, I'm probably gonna hate it, but we'll see. So I'm holding on to this to talk about it, because they're like the connected standalones, romance, whatever. Next, that's definitely not going, whoa, are all my Ali Hazelwood books. I have her other ones too. They're just on the shelf because I've read them recently. So I actually think I need to flip right out, because I know Mate, is it Mate? I don't know what the next one's called, is coming out. So I need to acquire a copy, whoa. I need to acquire a copy of The Love Hypothesis, because I don't have it, and like one of my friends let me borrow her copy to read it, and I just feel like I need it now, because I will be a completionist. Also, who the hell bullied Ali Hazelwood off the internet? What is wrong with you? Just because she said PETA is useless. PETA being useless was the point. Anyway, I'm kind of mad about that, and then all the people who I follow are also kind of mad about that, and like, the only thing that I don't like about Ali Hazelwood is that she likes Taylor Swift. But do you see me going on her Instagram and saying, I hate you because you like Taylor Swift? No. Clearly. So, stop it. Literally stop it. You know what, the 4 people who watch these videos consistently are not those people, because I love my friends and I believe in you to be good people. Anyway, continuing. Icebreaker and Wildfire, this is again one of those like interconnected series. Honestly, I hated this book. This is Icebreaker. I hated Icebreaker enough when I read Wildfire, and like they were clearly talking about, I did not even realize they were talking about the main couple from this book until like halfway through this book, because I was like, I don't remember anything about Icebreaker, which is great because Wildfire was a lot better. The plot worked a lot better for me. But I will just keep these 2 together for now. I might choose one day to get rid of Icebreaker, but for now it's whatever. The last 8 books. Oh, there's so much hair. That's so gross. Okay, I definitely need to sweep down here. This does not get swept as nearly as much as it should. These last 8 books in the romance stack are the Bridgerton books. I have read all of them. The only reason I am going to be keeping these, I don't feel like I actually need to keep them. I don't really think I'm going to reread them again, except to compare them to their seasons, the TV show. I did film and media studies as a major, and like my favorite thing is to see how books are translated to media. That was actually my thesis. I turned The Count of Monte Cristo into a TV show. I had to do a script and descriptions for my first season, and I turned it into a modern day adaptation with a Latino based cast set in LA, and it was it was great. I enjoyed it a lot. That's what I love to do. So I want to see how these do, especially because, so Benedict's season's next. He's my favorite book from the first 4, and then unfortunately we have to suffer through Eloise's season. I didn't like her book, and I don't like her in the show, so I'm very curious on how it's gonna go. But the last 3, Francesca, Hyacinth, and Gregory, I loved their books, so we're just gonna see. We're gonna wait, and we're gonna see how it goes. So I'm keeping these. So now we are getting into the more in these. Okay, I need tea. I need a break. I can't speak anymore. LOL, I'm back. I had to take a break. I forgot how to speak. It's fine. You might be looking like, Zarina, those 2 stacks, we're finally there. No. We got crates back here, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. And that bridge is not here now. So these are staying. These are the Lunar Chronicles series by Marissa Mayer. These are one of my favorite series ever. I saw that they announced that these are gonna be getting a TV show, so I'm gonna have to reread them again, of course. So a series that I think is going, however, is Renegades, also by Marissa Mayer. I really like the first book. Please ignore that I spilled water all over it. Like, literally, look at this. It's pretty bad. I had to flatten it for a while. Lunar Chronicles is like each book is story retelling. So Cinder, Cinderella, Scarlet, Little Red Riding Hood, Crest, Rapunzel, and Winter, Snow White. These are superhero versus villains. The girl is a part of the villain organization, and I forgot why, but she needs to go into the hero organizations and like bring them down. But there's also romance in it, and like, yeah. Unfortunately for me, however, I don't feel like these hit the same way that Cinder did. Cinder is kind of like, it's dystopian. They're really trying to overthrow, like, Cinder is part cyborg, and so she's treated as less than human, and it's kind of like the revolution to overthrow that. Like, there's a part that I can't tell you because of spoiler for that series that, like, basically it's like an overtaking of the government. This happens too. I don't know, the last book just did not hit. It was not it for me. I don't reread these. I actually don't think about these like ever, or they make me upset when I think about them. But this will just be, I know it will be someone else's jam, so I will be putting these in the pile to go. I hate these, but they're not going anywhere, and that is my Divergent series box set. Will I ever reread these again? Probably not, but do I refuse to get rid of them because this is the Costco box set with the original covers? Yes. And like, look at the box. It just brings me good memories. So this is a series that I think I'm ready to let go of is Let the Sky Fall trilogy by Shannon Messenger. This is, I believe, her YA debut. And I thought at the time when I read them, I was obsessed with Keeper of the Lost Cities, and I like really loved them. These is unfortunately a series where like it kind of goes downhill from the first book, but I don't know. This could be the lore is pretty cool. You can look up the synopsis; they're pretty good. The first one is probably the best one, unfortunately, but yeah, it's going. It's gotta go. I'm so sorry. So the next series is the Waterfire Saga. I just finished these, and I didn't really love the way it ended, and unfortunately it's not because of like the actual story. The actual story is good, it just didn't have enough books. Like, this series should have easily been 2 more books, and like the first book and the last book are just really crammed and rushed. But I'm not ready to get rid of these yet. I'm gonna hold on to them just because I just finished the series, and like the first book did have a special place in my heart for a really long time, so these are staying. The Cruel Prince series, I'm currently going to hold on to because I just need a reminder not to ever buy another Holly Black book again. And I really loved Wicked King. I hated the Cruel Prince, loved Wicked King, and then The Queen of Nothing, as I said in the video where I explained it, gave us nothing. It was such a disappointment from Wicked King. Like, the Wicked King had such a good build-up, and then The Queen of Nothing was just like, ugh, you ruined it. You squashed the momentum you had. But I know the series is really popular. But I believe my teacher, he already has a copy of these, so I'm gonna hold on to these until I don't know when, but I'm not ready to get rid of these yet. Maybe in like 6 years, maybe I can get rid of them then. Next up is I don't actually know what the series is called, but it is Shiver, Linger Forever, and Sinner by Maggie Spader. I think I'm willing to give these away. I think, actually no, Maggie Miss Maggie, as I will call her because I can't pronounce her last name. She's one of my current auto-buy authors. Like anything by her, if it comes out of the teapot, I will immediately buy. So because of that, I think I want to keep them. The Valkyrie series by Kate O'Hearn. I think these can go. I don't really have an attachment. This series was cool, but I don't plan on finishing it, and I don't really want to hold on to it, so that's gonna go. However, I will be keeping the Pegasus series by Kate O'Hearn as well. These I did finish, and these I really liked. Again, I was really in my like Greek mythology phase, and this was it.
So luckily most of the books were YA or middle grade, so they can go to the high school, which is great. I will see if any of my friends want any of them first. I don't think they're going to want them because they're not what they read. Also, if my old high school teacher also doesn't want them, then my next plan is to take them to the library as like a donation, and then if the library doesn't want them, I'll take them to the used bookstore. You're gonna see me clean the floorboards. The floorboards were nasty. You cannot tell on camera, but they were really gross. But I will now let you listen to some really satisfying book ASMR.
Okay, there's still like a whole ass stack that I have to put in here, but it is much more condensed. I do, however, think I need to go through the crates and stuff first before I like keep putting stuff back. So let me do that. There's no good angle to get these ones back here, and so House Moving Castle, staying. Writing for short films is staying. My extra copy of Flashback with the Keith perspective story is staying. Vampires of El Norte by Isabel Cañas is going. I was gonna try to keep it for like but it's gotta go. The Undocumented Americans is staying. Ostentatious, the involving world of Jane Austen fans is staying. For now, that one I actually am not too sure about. I think it's just time. I don't ever plan on reading this. I read this for school, and that's the only reason I have a copy. I think it's just gotta go. Oh, the stack is tilting. Is this angle terrible? Is this better? Again, there's no good angle of this corner back here. A Grandmother Begins a Story is staying. This Golden Book of Fortune Telling, my sister gave this to me. It's like one of those like table books. It's just gotta go. Smarter Planet or Wiser Earth. I think this one just has to go. I didn't really enjoy it. I understand the concept it was trying to teach. I just don't think it's my favorite. Plus, I feel like a lot of what was covered in this is also covered in the James Bridle book that I can never remember the topic of. So I think this can go. Oh, I underlined it though. Fine, it can stay. It can stay for now. The Atlas 6 by Olivia Blake. This is in the wrong stack. This should be in the series that I think I'm going to finish but then get rid of. The Ancient Kingdoms of Mexico was pretty interesting, but I don't think I need. And it's kind of old. One of my Pride and Prejudice copies, absolutely staying. 1984 by George Orwell. I don't think I'm going to ever like read this, but I feel like it's important to keep it. So I will keep it. And then The Hunchback of Notre Dame that I got in Paris at Shakespeare and Company is absolutely staying. The Scorpio Races by Miss Maggie, absolutely staying. It's hot in here. I can't think anymore. A Story by Robert McKee. This is staying. A Snake Falls to Earth is also staying. Frankenstein by Mary Shelley is staying. The Bhagavad Gita is staying. There's a copy of Wicked and Son of a Witch by Gregory Maguire. I read this in the 7th grade. No one should ever read this in the 7th grade. But yeah, it's one of the Barnes & Noble's like fancy editions, but that's definitely staying. I'd be curious to reread it again, but I don't remember enjoying it that much where I want to reread it again. My copy of Stellar Loon by Shannon Messenger. This is my Barnes & Noble edition because it had like an extra story in it. Look how crazy this series is. Look how many books. I started reading this in middle school. and I am still waiting for the end. It's crazy. It's fine. I'm totally okay about it. This is staying. Oh, that's where that went. So, okay, there's a stack next to the crates that I'm not touching, which is like my learning language materials. Language learning materials, so this is like books in French and Korean. Mainly French and Spanish right now because I'm focusing on Korean because I'm trying really hard not to lose my Korean, even though I know I am. But that's why that stack is there. I gotta read them. I have a copy of Red, White, and Royal Blue, which apparently the European version is called My Effing Prince, which is so funny. Oh, my dear effing prince, which is also, it's still hilarious. Yeah, and then I'm not gonna lift them. I'm just gonna move the entire, whoa, that's where you went. I'm just gonna move this entire crate. It's like my oversized like music books and like a vintage Vogue magazine. Yeah, it's fine. This crate is going, and then it's also the Dark Artifices series by Cassandra Clare, which is not going anywhere, unfortunately. I don't know where to put this. Okay, it's going here. No! Technical Manual and Dictionary of Classical Ballet by Gail Grant is staying. The Tempest by the play on Shakespeare version is staying. I think it's time. The Darkest Minds can leave. I don't need this anymore. I think this series... Oh my god, there was so much dust. Holy shit. I remember enjoying this book, but not enough to continue the series. And there's like quite a few, so I'm sure there's someone who would appreciate this in high school, so that's going. The House on Mango Street by Sandra Cisneros is staying. The Bane Chronicles, I think I didn't really care for it, so I think it can go. Tales from the Shadowhunter Academy, I didn't really enjoy it. Well, that's gotta go. This is a copy of Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. Whoa. I did not like Little Women. My sister liked Little Women a lot, so I'll see if she wants this copy. If not, I will keep it just because like it is a classic, but I kind of hated it. Like I feel like you're either a Little Women person or an Anne of Green Gables person, and I'm unfortunately Anne of Green Gables, and my sister is a Little Woman person. So I'm gonna go see if she wants this. I'll be right back. Okay, my sister did want the book, so that is one more book out of here. Breath, Eyes, and Memory by Edwidge Danticat. I'm gonna keep it for now. It wasn't my favorite, but I feel like it was a good book, and I did read it kind of recently, so it's staying. Also in here, that I'm not gonna pull out because it's way too heavy, is the Last Hours trilogy by Cassandra Clare. It is the 4th Shadowhunter series, and I can't let go of them, guys. I need the 5th series. I think I need to own it, all of them at one time, and then maybe I'll be able to get rid of some, because middle school me is still like waiting for the end of that series. My set of 4 Jane Austen novels, Sense and Sensibility, Pride and Prejudice, Emma, and Northanger Abbey. I've literally only read Pride and Prejudice, but maybe I'll read the other ones someday, and I won't get rid of it. It was $12 at Costco, apparently. Next up is Tales of Korea, 53 enchanting stories of ghosts, goblins, princes, fairies, and more. I got this at a museum somewhere in DC, and I'm just gonna hold on to it. The stories were cute and they're short. This one's Solid Ground, A Foundation for Winning and Work in Life by T.W. Lewis. This is the guy who sponsored my college, and I went to an event and he signed it. The issue is he signed it with my name in the front, so I just wouldn't feel comfortable giving it to someone else, even though I don't really enjoy this book. Disney Star Wars Forces of Production, Promotion, and Reception. This one was really fun. I'm a big Star Wars fan, so this was a fun read. I'm keeping that. Something I am going to get rid of is the Divine Rivals duology. I didn't enjoy these. I enjoyed the first one, and then the second one didn't live up to its hype, but I know there's people who enjoyed this duology, and I believe this is YA. If it is YA, I will be giving it away to the high school, but if it is not, I will probably be keeping it just because editing me realizing I forgot to include one of the books I'm getting rid of, and that's Iron Widow by, I'm really sorry, I can't pronounce their name. I love their TikTok account, and I think they're hilarious. I just, however, could not get behind the book. I did try to reread it, and it just didn't go well for me. And then I am curious to see how the series continues and see how much they've grown as an author, but it's just not worth me having the book, especially when I know there's a lot of people actually out there who really enjoy this. So I'd much rather give it to the high school if it's YA and I'm remembering that correctly. Then I'm sure there's someone who will appreciate this more. So, and then these two, All the Right Places by Jennifer Niven and Eleanor and Park by Rainbow Rowell. I don't like either of these books, but my friend Cynthia loves these books and she annotated them and they have her writing in them. So I don't feel comfortable giving these away, but also, like, she gave them to me. Like, of course I'm gonna hold on to them. So you just see my wall and like this craziness behind me. You do not see the absolute craziness that's in front of me, which I will show you right now. Can you see? Can you see the insanity? But yeah, so now I'm going to be tasked with putting it back. So whoa. So I will now put this back. Okay, so this is what's left. We have the 2 crates, language learning materials, and then these 5 stacks. These 5 stacks used to be 7 stacks, so that means we got rid of 2 entire stacks, which I believe, because this is the going pile. I'm gonna send pictures to my friends to see what they want, and then after that, I will put them aside to get rid of them. I actually think all of these are YA. I will have to, of course, double check on like a few, but I'm pretty sure these are all YA to middle grade series, so I'm pretty sure this can all go to the high school, which is fantastic. I swept and cleaned the floorboards, which I haven't done in a hot second. Also, I took a break, and during my break, I listened to the new Stray Kids Japan mini album, and oh, it's so good. It feels like the best parts of an anime, and it was like, oh, I love Stray Kids. As you can tell by the Stray Kids posters literally everywhere around my room. I think I'm not going to go through the TBR stacks because I just bought those. Like, literally, like, within the last 6 months. Which, yeah, me having access to a used bookstore is not very good. Actually, it's been about a year and a half. The TBR stack definitely has been stuff that I've gathered in, like, a year and a half, which is a little bit of an issue because, like, the books that you're seeing me get rid of, those are books that I've accumulated literally since, like, I was a kid. Probably 10 years would be the latest book that I'm getting rid of. So there's definitely an issue happening with how many books I'm buying, and the no-buy is mediocrely working. So I need to definitely do something about that. But that's not for this video. Also, there is one big change that I'm making to my bookshelf. So this is the current situation of my bookshelf. Like, there's stuff everywhere and it's all covered with stuff. Those are albums, so that's not a problem. That is my Rick Riordan shelf, which I actually, please let me get in there. There's just stuff in the way. So I actually am going to be getting rid of this copy of Percy Jackson Greek Gods. Okay, hold on. I'm going to be getting rid of this copy of Percy Jackson and the Greek Gods. I actually got this as a gift, and I have the full-size copy over there. So this is going to be going as well. And then I'm making a pretty big change to my Rick Riordan shelf because I'm actually going to be taking out the Trials of Apollo and putting them in the stacks. And if you're like, Zarina, that's crazy, you love Rick Riordan and you love this series, like, why is it leaving the shelf? Mainly because I really don't like Trials of Apollo, and it's been really sinking in because I really kind of want that room. Right now, when I do the review at the end of the year for the Raven King, that means my Raven Cycle series is going to go to the stacks, but I want them to stay on the shelf, and there's nowhere on my big shelf that's like, sorry, the lighting I know is absolutely shit. Better? A little bit? Not really. The Raven Cycle series is going to go from the big shelf straight to the stacks, and I, like, love them. They're special editions. This is, nope. Oh, I don't know. So sorry about the lighting. I don't know how to fix it. I don't know how to fix it. And I'm shiny and I'm sweating. I am 100% sweating. It is so hot in here. Yeah, so I would really like them to go on a shelf somewhere, and I feel like that's like the only shelf I have that doesn't really change at all. Yeah, so for now, I think I'm taking Trials of Apollo out and I'm gonna put them there. Yeah, which is a big change for me. And it feels a little weird because Percy Jackson was like such a big part of my identity, but I think it's time. It's really time, and I don't ever think I'm gonna reread the Trials of Apollo, except for like the snippets with Nico and Will, because like they were my favorite people ever in that series, which sucked because they were only in like 0.5% of the series. Same thing with Leo. And I understand it was about Apollo, but like I did not like him. Unfortunately, I could not stand him. I just bought it because the Trials of Apollo series are what made Rick Riordan no longer an auto-buy author for me, which is so unfortunate to say, but I just didn't enjoy them. I don't know how long I can blab, but I think that's all I have time for today. I'm gonna put back things and I will record things when they are back in place. But yeah, if you've made it this far, thank you for making it to the end of the video. Please subscribe, pretty please. I want to make it to 100 subscribers, so like if you could do that, that'd be great. Also, like the video and leave a comment. What are some books that you've had since you were a kid and you're thinking it's time to get rid of them? Because I can't be the only one. Is it just me? Oh, sorry, the lighting is so bad. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Okay, bye!